wanted to. I have here with us today Erin Smith. She is known as the Sunless Diva, and I want to know. And she has a mobile tanning, a spray tanning salon. I met her through the Hot Pink Mamas, and Travis was going to be talking to her today. Something has happened to Travis, and so I'm delighted to be able to talk to her. So I want to ask you, how did you come up with the name? I love the name. I think that now you do the spray tanning, so we're talking no beds, no laying out by the pool. So, but I just love, and I can't even believe that the website name was alive. But how'd you come up with it?
Actually, when I first started, I had a business partner, and I'm going to give credit to her. She came up with it, and we had a little panel of all our friends, and we ran by all our different ideas for names, and that one was the one that won. So it was all. She's no longer my business partner, but at the time she was, and that was all her idea. So
okay. And so are you now you do tans all over from North Dallas to North Dallas. Tell us about your company and about you.
Okay. Well, how I got started was back in 2009, my mom was diagnosed with skin cancer. Everything's fine, but I am her skin type to a T. I have moles, and I get so pasty that one time I was at yoga class and didn't know where my sock began and my leg ended. It gets that bad. So tanning beds was what I used to do in college. Knew I needed to find a different option and started researching the spray tanning. Went to a booth at the Versa Spa and had the funky fingers after it. It was an orange color, wasn't crazy about it, so I started going to a salon every week. Mm-hmm. Really liked the results, and a friend of mine came back from Austin. She was down there with her family and told me about this party she had been to, and I thought that was I love the idea. Wanted somebody to do that for us here. I live up in Frisco, and at the time, this was about a year ago, we couldn't find anybody that would travel to Frisco, through Google searches and through various other ways. We couldn't find anybody, so it was a click of, if we want it, I bet you a lot of other people want it. I was in the process of selling another business I had just I had owned for several years, and so started researching it. So
you were in another kind of business,
yes.
and you loved it, and you really enjoyed it that much.
Yes,
because you saw the benefits of it.
Absolutely saw the benefits of it. Everybody's got a horror story.
And you're a pretty tall girl, so I bet you look, and did you get tan today?
I did get tan today at noon. And
because you're a redhead, you're real light skinned. So,
right.
I imagine that when
this
you're...
isn't natural.
Yeah.
I'm normally brown. But yeah, I'm very, very fair. Yeah.
Okay. So that's exactly why, and being out in the sun would really, when your mother had the skin cancer,
Absolutely.
When you're light skinned, it's very dangerous.
Absolutely. Because I'm one that I get moles checked every 6 months, and I will have, it's bad. So, and I'm very cautious. I'm in my early 30s.
Plus it wrinkles your skin.
The wrinkles, exactly. Yeah. The wrinkles are starting to come, so I'm very careful. It's a great alternative. The technology has come really far where you don't, if it's done properly, that's the key. Mm-hmm. You don't look orange. My goal is to, have it look natural. I don't want people to look at you and say, "Whoa, you have a spray tan." I don't want people to know that it's a spray tan. I just want people to, you have color.
Okay.
So I'm very careful about that.
So you were saying that, you thought about, you investigated it and...
Yep. So what we did,
I can do this.
Yeah, investigated
and save money every week.
Exactly. And that was when I went to a business partner. We laughed about it because worst case scenario, we learn to tan each other and we come out ahead.
Yeah.
But we tested. We researched a lot, got trained, got certified, and every week we'd have our friends come over and we'd have a little party, have hors d'oeuvres and wine, and we would tan everybody, knowing that A, we're not 100% great at this yet. We're working on our technique, and B, we're testing out all the different products before we even, offer this to anybody in the public.
That sounds like fun.
It was a lot of fun. So everybody got to come over for their free tans, and then they'd have to give us the
Live
feedback
as a black woman for about a week. That would be pretty interesting.
Oh, I made some people very dark.
Let me ask you, because I've seen it. Of course, I've seen these movies and stuff like that. But can you get it that dark where you would actually look Indian? Get it so dark that you look another race? Or
I have one girl
culture?
that I do, during the summertime, she's Caucasian, she's pretty fair, and between her tanning out in the sun and then coming to me, she actually jumps up when she goes to Ulta. She has to use, her foundation and stuff is actually black makeup.
Wow.
So she gets that.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't look that bad, but
But
you know.
she really likes that deep tan, and
Right.
Imagine what that would do to her to have that naturally.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
So,
She'd be
yeah.
something about Mary by the time she was
Yeah.
like in her 40s, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
So you got with the partner, and you
Yeah.
got all the equipment. Now, how did you decide what solutions to use?
Just by testing them out. Like I said, we researched. There's several, forums out there, the ones that I had used when I had gone to salons and, saw what they used. And so we just purchased the top 5 that we felt, were the best talked about, best rated. And then those were the ones we tested on everybody, and the ones that wore well, because not only do you want to look good day 1, you want to look good day 4, day 5 when the tan starts, to wear a little bit. You don't want it to be, some of them come out, they actually look like snake skin on you. Some of them get real patchy, so you have to be aware of that. And I want you to look as good on day 1, day 5 as you did on day 1. It needs to wear correctly too. So those are things you really need to be cautious of when choosing a solution also.
Yeah, and we talked about it because you're gonna be doing a tanning demonstration here pretty soon, and
Yes.
and we were talking about what if somebody else wanted to get tan, and you do need to prepare
Yes.
your body, through I guess exfoliate. Someone
Yes.
asked me, what does that mean? What is exfoliate? I guess that's really just rubbing loofah
Yeah,
pad,
loofah pad. They have some, great different
salts.
different solutions that you can use, and you just rub it over your skin, kind of get all the dead skin off, and just have, like when you do it to your face, it just feels real smooth. And
But that's good for your skin too.
it's very good for your skin. You should always do that. Anyway, but you want to do it. You don't want to wear any lotion because it kind of creates a barrier, and the solution won't set as well. Deodorant. You have to be careful of deodorant. But we can wipe it off if you're at work or something.
But you come to people's homes, so
I do go to people's homes.
So
yeah.
I mean, this is very possible. They can get out of the shower, plan you're going to be there,
Exactly.
do this thing, and I think that would be almost the best when they are just got out of the shower.
Yeah, no, it's great because at home you don't have to worry about. You can just throw on some comfy, loose clothes and just lounge around because you need to let it set for about at least 8 hours. So a lot of people do it at night, and they'll sleep on it, and then that way in the morning they can shower. But you need at least 8 hours, or you can't get it wet, you can't sweat, you can't do anything like that because you need to let the tan set on your skin and take the DHA to form with your skin.
Well, but you know what? I mean, the thing is, when it's there, and you look at it, it looks really flawless. Now, you had it. You got tan today, right?
Yes.
And so, do you go in there on natural, or do you wear the?
You can do whatever you want. I usually do just bikini bottom and then go topless.
Okay.
But
so I'm not going to
go
ask.
all natural.
I'm not going to ask for bikini marks on you.
No, well, yeah, it's down below. But yeah, no, people do. Some people are they're a little conscious of their body, and so some will get into a bikini. Old undergarments are fine.
But that's why you've got the tent here. I think that's in the screen. Is it, Jimmy? Is the tent in the screen? Well, we're going to show it over there, but you bring a tent to their home, or to the party. I mean, this is something I was reading about. Is that you do corporate events? You can go to a bachelorette party, a wedding, and that come in there and she can tan everyone and get them ready to go. That's pretty neat, and it's private. I think I saw that in the Housewives.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
OC, they had it.
Yes, and it was. I remember the guy. It was real controversial because he was in there naked,
and he had a sock over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I could ask you about your most embarrassing moment, but this is a Christmas show.
Yeah. Well, I just have to say, a lot of people are really self-conscious, and the biggest thing is, as a tanning technician, any professional, I don't care what you look like.
I don't look.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not counting your cellulite. I'm not trying to guess your weight. I'm really concerned about the tan, and so it doesn't matter.
Well, you do bodybuilders too, and you have a special solution for them. But what does that do for them?
Well, for a normal or average person, we have 3 different levels of solution. So we have what we call light, medium, and dark. And so depending on your skin type, I wouldn't do a dark on a real fair complected person. We'd either do a light or a medium. You don't want to go from 0 to 100. So you have those 3 for the average person. Bodybuilders have a 4th solution where there's triple the bronzers, which how it works is what goes on immediately is a bronzer. So as I'm going to tan Eileen here in a minute, you're going to see color going on her. That's just a bronzer. And so that goes on immediately, and then the tan will actually form underneath that.
So she's going to get the Rocky Balboa tan.
Yeah, she's going to be dark. But the bodybuilders actually, so what we use on the average person is just a 1 one set of bronzer, I guess you could call it, and then they have like the triple. So they do it where it is dark, and a lot of times right before competition, they'll have us tan them several
because that
days
helps
in a
them
row.
win, because it helps define their muscles and make
Yes.
them look really
Yes.
shiny.
Yes.
I mean,
And
they have to oil themselves over that, but it helps make
Yeah.
the whole look.
Yeah, it gets your whole look. And a lot of them will have us tan them several days in a row, and then they have their own like creams and other sprays that they do right before the competition. I mean,
Wow.
it is like crazy.
Oh,
where
they
we
got
just
their
have
own
one
crew.
layer on. Yeah.
We have their own crew.
Yes.
That come in. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and so, but most of the time, you have some products that you also provide to your customers that help lengthen and maintain the
Yep.
tan for as long as possible.
Right.
And of course, it's not forever. It does have maintenance on it.
Right.
But you sell those to people that, have you explored the different? Do you use a certain one product, or you use a combination?
I use a certain one product in the tanning. I always like to go, though, every week I'm having different ones tried on me to see if I like,
Okay, so
different
you're not
solutions.
just selling
so it's
one.
not, yeah, I'm not
And some might be
100%
better
sold
on dry
it.
skin than oily skin and
Exactly.
everything else.
Exactly.
So you work with the client and that.
Yeah, exactly. So everything's tested on me first, so I can see, okay,
Oh.
how is this wearing? I don't.
And being fair skinned, that's pretty fair. 'Cause
Exactly.
If it bothers you, it's going to bother them.
Exactly.
Well,
So
that's
if it wears,
pretty neat.
yeah. So I always get new products in, try those out, and then the products that we sell, I use the Norvell line, which is a pretty common line in the sunless
But
industry.
you will come out there, and you deal North Dallas. I met you at the through the Park Cities and the Uptown, so she'll come into Dallas.
I cover all of Dallas,
And
all
it-
of Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah, and then you do have a location
In Denton.
in Denton that you use, and she is kind of looking for maybe a salon home here, or a place that she could do it regularly. Maybe we could rent her out some studio time, huh? Can we put a camera? Yeah, Jimmy, look at Jimmy.
I don't think he thinks it's such a good idea.
Yeah, just come on the show every week. Get your tan done. We just won't tell them. But okay. And how do people get a hold of you and find? And now you've got your website.
We got a website,
and
which
that
is www.thesunlessdiva.com. We're also on Twitter, which is Twitter/thesunlessdiva.
Yes, it's Travis got you pretty much into that, right?
Yeah.
And it's called the Sunless Diva.
Yeah, and then Facebook, if you Google The Sunless Diva, or not Google it, but go on Facebook and do a search of The Sunless Diva. We have a fan page there, and you can fan us. And what's fun about that is that while I'm training girls, I'll offer people to come up and tan for free if they're willing to be a guinea pig. So if you're on the fan book or on the fan page, that's where I'm going to announce that. So it's important to be a fan, and you can get some free tans
That's pretty neat.
during training time. Yeah,
That's pretty
so
neat.
we offer stuff like that too.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I want to have time for her to get tanned.
Okay.
And then for you to come back, and we're going to start the process up, and then we're probably going to do we'll do some camera. I think she warned us that it's a loud thing that happens. So
we
but,
tested out.
Yeah, but we've got to set the camera up a little bit here to move you over there, Jimmy. Let's do. Do we need to take a break, or can I just switch right over? Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll do it live.
Yay. All right, so Arlene needs to get ready here quick.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yes. And I would think that, I can't think of a time of year when you wouldn't want to do it. I don't like to sit out and bake in the hot sun.